Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today we've just got a little Yu-Gi-Oh mail opening. It's a little bit of stuff for casual decks and a little bit of stuff for some character decks as well. I've been putting off buying stuff all month due to some large expenditures, but for the sake of just over £12 from Tier 0 Games, I was able to pick up upgrades for about 4 decks, giving me 4 things to play at locals this weekend, so I couldn't really argue with that. That seemed like a fair enough one. So that is what we've got there. Again, we got this from Tier 0 Games. We ordered it early in the morning and it arrived the next day, so that's really good. In fact, I actually feel a little bit bad that I upgraded it to recorded delivery because it was a free option that just charged the company a little bit more because I absolutely didn't need this recorded delivery. So they've just paid a little bit more for delivery for no reason, but I'm sure they don't really care all that much. But, you know, it's a small business and they provide a good service, so yeah. And then this other thing here is just another thing I picked up off eBay as well. Again, to go in the character decks, but also to fill holes in the hollows and stuff that I had when I was a kid that I no longer have. So that's really cool. It's like a 2-for-1 in there. So yeah, I got really hyped to play this random character deck the other day. So I ordered some stuff for that. I've also ordered the new Evol support and a couple of cards for a couple of other decks. So let's get into it, see what we've got here. So first of all, we've got a Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. That's just a literal, completely random pickup. You know, for some reason, this is a completely generic synchro, so I figured it'd come in handy at some stage. And, you know, it is pretty good. Don't know what we've got behind it. And behind it, we've got an Ice Jade Sinnoh Eneon Cradle. When I first made Ice Jade, I found 2 of the field spell on tables at locals and figured, you know what, probably find a third. No point ordering one from eBay for £1. And then I never did find a third one. And it's weird how often it comes up, so I've just ordered the 3rd copy. It might not matter so much now we have the new tuner, because the deck plays a little bit differently, and it's also treated as the cradle while it's on the field, but I digress. We also have 3 copies of Chronomaly Akambaro figures. This is sorely missing from a Chronomaly deck that I've been playing. You know, it's noticeably lacking something, and this will hopefully, you know, fill that void. Again, just never came across these on our our free pile at locals, so I kind of had to pick these up. But Tier 0 offer like cheap stuff. They're really good for commons and low rarity stuff. So these were just 30p each, so like 90p for all 3 rather than 99p each, as people have to charge on eBay. Next up, we've got a Mimicat for that character deck I was just talking about. It is Pegasus. This isn't something I ever really planned to play. I put Pegasus together once. I thought it would be a cool idea, and then it played really badly, so I kind of gave up on it straight away. And then the other week, I realized I didn't fancy playing my Bandit Keith deck, but that meant I didn't have an original series. So Pegasus was the easiest thing to sleeve because all the cards were still together. So I just chucked that straight back in my bag. It played badly again, and again I just gave up on it, but still needed a Series 1 character deck. And then when I looked into it, I kind of got a weird hype on for it. There was loads of stuff I could do with it that I just wasn't doing. So yeah, we ordered some of that stuff, and other stuff I already have that I could have just put in the deck to begin with. So we got Mimicat, we've got Toon Defense as well, and we've got Toon Masked Sorcerer, which I've just never had one of these. These were very, very rare back in the day, I believe, before, you know, it got reprinted in Speed Duels and Legendary Duelists and stuff like that. So that is the 3rd top loader in there. Just some stuff for the Pegasus character deck. I now have good faith in it. I think it'll be fairly balanced. I think sometimes the Toons will stomp your opponent. Sometimes your opponent will stomp the Toons. Okay, so the next thing we have, let's see. It's the Evolzar Lars. From the Evil stuff. I think that's more or less all we have left to go now. Really cool. £3 for a main set secret rare that's kind of usable is pretty good. Looking forward to upgrading the Evil deck. It was something that I put together as a kind of like, I don't know, I wanted a kind of deck that I could just rely on all the time. Like, you know, it isn't necessarily good, it isn't, but it can play well. You know, upgraded it with the dino stuff and all that kind of thing. So we've also got Evoltile Ptolus, which is pretty cool. Nice little crocodile guy. And finally we have Evil Saw. Well, the name's under the sticker, and, you know, just keep the video going along rather than trying to get in there to push it down. But whatever the new Evil Saw is called, and this is sorely needed in the deck. You know, I've said ever since I put the deck together a few years ago, one thing they sorely need is a level 4 Evil Saw. Well, there he is. We got one. And obviously, you know, a new Xyz is a benefit as well. Although it does kind of mean that we have to now play some kind of level 6. I know there's one that can special summon another copy of itself from your hand when you special summon it, but it's not exactly amazing. It can be any fire, reptile, or dinosaur monster, though, that is level 6, so there might be some good options in there. But, you know, part of the reason why this was good was so we didn't have to play, like, a rubbish level 4 Evil Saw just to have, like, more targets, because Ceratops is a little bit slow now. You can just make this with Evo Singularity as well, but, you know, it's relying on getting into the trap card. Of course, that is going to be the way you make this most of the time, I should imagine. But yeah, what I'm basically saying is it's kind of like trading out using a bad level 4 Evol Saw for using a bad level 6 Evol Saw, so that you can use his effect to make them 6s to get into Lars. And the last thing is just from eBay, as I say. It's from a seller called Insect Queen, if you can imagine it. I mean, it's really, really cute. It's a really cute sticker. I really don't want to rip this, but I don't know if it's going to come off. Oh, okay, it's going to rip around there. Okay, all right, that's fine. That works, I guess. I mean, I don't know what I'm planning to do without ripping this sticker. Oh, there we go. It's gone. Anyway, this is, again, for the Pegasus character deck. And to replace some of my old holos, this is a Master Collection 1000 Eyes Restrict. And it looks really good. There's something else on the back here. Thank you for supporting our small business. That's sweet. We'll save that. Oh, that's a bit annoying. It's taped in and there's a tab to pull it out. So yeah, I don't actually have 1000 Eyes Restrict for my Pegasus deck. Oh, it's a gold rare Exploded Dragon we got there as well. Nice. Nice. Very cool, very cool. So I don't actually have 8000 Eyes Restrict for my Pegasus deck. Yeah, I had one from Master Collection when I was a kid. We've got a little ding on the side there. There's a little scratch here, which you could see on the listing, but and a bit of ding to the corner. But my basic options with this for £5 in pretty good condition. One for £5.99, which just had a bend right the way through it, and one for around £8 that had really battered corners. So I figured this was, you know, easily the best option. And I did my usual of putting it in the watch and waiting. I did my usual of putting it in the watch list and waiting for an offer, but you know, it didn't come too early, and I didn't want to keep waiting too long for this because I did want this for tomorrow. Ironically, you know, I said that, you know, this order was cheap enough and did enough work to justify going a bit further into my overdraft for locals tomorrow. Ironically, it is payday today for me, so you know, I'm now out of my overdraft anyway. But yeah, so this leads me on to one little extra Easter eggy bit. In that, as I said earlier, I've been looking for the last couple of years very passively at recovering all of the holos I had when I was a kid and traded off. I mean, you can't really complain with a kid for trading off a banned card. You know, that's why I traded off 1000 Eyes Restrict. That's why I traded off Harpy's Feather Duster and all this kind of stuff. Luckily, these holos, like the Master Collection 1 ones in particular, haven't really gone up in price. So I've picked up the Sinister Serpent and Harpy's Feather Duster from World Championship 2004 video game. Picked up this from the Master Collection, but I think most of the Master Collection cards I did actually keep, and thankfully they didn't go up in price as much as the Master Collection 2 ones have, or as some of them have anyway. So here's my Master Collection 1 box. The only one I've found so far in my records is Dark Necrophia, but we're looking to put them all back together. So 1000 Eyes Restrict also serves this purpose. I know that I still have the Relinquished somewhere. I have the Barrel Dragon in my Bandit Keith deck, I think. The Exodia I probably still have. Dark Ruler Hades I definitely still have. So most of them I do have. I think it's actually only 1000 Eyes Restrict I got rid of. It's definitely the only one I got rid of for certain. But yeah, it's quite a nice little card sleeve for just a little cheap one, to be honest, isn't it? Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the playlist in the end screen for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.